Imagine walking into a supermarket thinking you're in complete control of your shopping choices, when in reality, you're a player in an intricate psychological chess game designed by retail strategists. Every aisle, every product placement, and every sensory trigger is meticulously calculated to influence your spending behavior without you even realizing it. The modern supermarket is a laboratory of consumer manipulation, where science meets commerce in a delicate dance of psychological engineering. Retail designers have transformed grocery shopping from a mundane task into a carefully choreographed experience that targets the most vulnerable aspects of human decision-making. The strategic layout begins the moment you enter the store. Essential items like milk and eggs are intentionally positioned deep within the store's interior, forcing shoppers to navigate through a labyrinth of tempting displays and impulse purchase zones. This isn't an accident, but a deliberate architectural strategy designed to maximize consumer exposure to products they didn't know they wanted. Each step you take is a calculated move in a complex game where supermarkets hold all the psychological cards. The path through the store is engineered to create maximum sensory engagement, with carefully curated visual and spatial experiences that subtly nudge your purchasing behavior. Lighting becomes a powerful psychological tool in this retail landscape. Soft, warm illumination transforms produced sections into visual feasts, making fruits and vegetables appear more vibrant and appealing. Strategically placed spotlights create visual hierarchies that draw attention to high-margin items, using light as a subtle form of consumer manipulation. The produce section itself is a masterclass in sensory engineering. Misting systems keep vegetables looking perpetually fresh, creating an illusion of abundance and quality that subconsciously triggers purchasing impulses. Even the moisture on vegetables is a calculated psychological trick designed to suggest freshness and trigger emotional responses. Aisle design represents another sophisticated layer of behavioral manipulation. The width of each corridor is mathematically calculated to create an optimal shopping experience. Too narrow and customers feel claustrophobic and rushed. Too wide, and the environment feels impersonal and disconnected. Supermarkets invest significant research into finding the perfect psychological sweet spot that encourages leisurely movement and increases the likelihood of unplanned purchases. The subtle curvature of aisles, the placement of end-cap displays, and the strategic positioning of products all contribute to a meticulously designed shopping environment. Music and sound play surprisingly influential roles in shaping consumer behavior. Carefully selected musical tempos are scientifically designed to slow customer movement, encouraging longer store visits and increased spending. Slower music creates a more relaxed atmosphere, making shoppers less time-conscious and more likely to make impulse purchases. The volume, rhythm, and style of background music are not random, but precisely calculated psychological instruments that subtly guide consumer behavior. Even the acoustic environment is weaponized to maximize commercial potential. Product placement follows complex behavioral science principles that exploit human cognitive biases. High-profit, premium items are strategically positioned at eye level, while cheaper alternatives are relegated to higher or lower shelves, requiring more physical effort to locate. This vertical hierarchy nudges consumers toward more expensive choices without explicit coercion. The visual and spatial arrangement of products creates subtle psychological pressures that guide purchasing decisions. What appears to be a simple shelf arrangement is actually a carefully orchestrated system of consumer influence. Color psychology emerges as another powerful manipulation technique. Red signals urgency and excitement, often used in sale signs to trigger impulsive buying behaviors. Green suggests freshness and health, making organic or premium products appear more appealing. Blue communicates trustworthiness, subtly influencing perceptions of product quality and reliability. These color strategies are not accidental, but carefully researched methods of psychological manipulation designed to trigger specific emotional responses and purchasing behaviors. Promotional displays near checkout areas represent the pinnacle of consumer manipulation. Positioned at a point where shoppers experience decision fatigue, these strategically placed items, chocolates, magazines, small impulse purchases, are psychological tripwires designed to exploit momentary weakness. After navigating the entire store and making numerous decisions, consumers are most vulnerable to these last-minute purchases. The checkout zone becomes a final battleground of retail psychology, where willpower is systematically eroded. Technology now amplifies these manipulation strategies. Digital price tags, personalized recommendations, and advanced tracking systems create even more sophisticated methods of influencing consumer behavior. Machine learning algorithms analyze purchasing patterns, allowing stores to design increasingly precise psychological interventions. What was once an art of subtle suggestion has transformed into a data-driven science of consumer manipulation, where every interaction is potential revenue. Understanding these mechanisms becomes a form of consumer empowerment. By recognizing the psychological strategies employed by supermarkets, shoppers can develop strategies to make more conscious, intentional purchasing decisions. Awareness becomes a powerful defense against a system engineered to separate consumers from their money. Next time you enter a supermarket, remember, you're not just buying groceries, but navigating a sophisticated behavioral maze designed to maximize corporate profits. Stay alert, stay informed, and reclaim your purchasing autonomy. Did you know that the average consumer makes over 200 decisions in a supermarket within just 30 minutes? Behind those seemingly simple choices lies an intricate psychological battlefield where retailers wage a silent war for your wallet. Every aisle, every product placement, every color and design is a carefully calculated strategy designed to manipulate your purchasing behavior. Welcome to the hidden world of retail psychology, where your brain is the ultimate target, and the supermarket is the arena of subtle manipulation. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how these retail environments transform ordinary shopping into an unconscious spending experience. Supermarkets aren't just spaces for purchasing groceries. They're sophisticated behavioral engineering laboratories, meticulously designed to exploit cognitive biases and psychological triggers. The moment you enter those sliding doors, you're walking into a carefully choreographed environment where every single element has been strategically placed to influence your decisions. Consider the store's layout. It's not random, but a precisely calculated maze engineered to maximize your exposure to products and stimulate impulse purchasing. Retailers have spent decades studying human psychology, understanding exactly how our brains process visual information, respond to sensory cues, and make purchasing decisions. The first psychological trick begins right at the entrance. Most supermarkets place fresh produce and bakery sections near the front, creating a sensory experience that triggers positive emotions. The vibrant colors of fruits and vegetables, the warm aroma of freshly baked bread, these aren't accidental. They're deliberately designed to elevate your mood and create a sense of abundance, making you more likely to spend money throughout your shopping journey. The strategic positioning of these sections serves multiple psychological purposes. The bright, colorful produce creates a perception of healthiness and freshness, while the bakery's enticing aroma activates pleasure centers in your brain. This initial positive emotional state makes you more susceptible to subsequent marketing techniques. Researchers have found that consumers who start their shopping experience with fresh, appealing products are significantly more likely to make additional unplanned purchases. The produce section is essentially a psychological priming mechanism, setting the stage for increased spending. But the manipulation doesn't stop there. Supermarkets employ complex spatial strategies that guide your movement through the store with remarkable precision. Wide aisles near the entrance gradually narrow, creating a subtle psychological funnel that controls your shopping path. Essential items like milk and eggs are intentionally placed at the back of the store, forcing you to walk past numerous tempting products. This deliberate design increases the likelihood of impulse purchases. Each step is a carefully calculated move in a sophisticated psychological chess game. The placement of products is another critical manipulation technique. Eye-level shelves are prime real estate, reserved for high-margin items with the best profit potential. Brands pay premium prices for.